So, I feel like there's a spirit of renewal, of restoration being cast upon you if you've clicked on this. And also reward to come. I had a dream last night, and it was a dream of like, I woke up and I had these leeches on me. And it felt like I was actually awake, but I was inside of a dream. And so there was these leeches on me, but they were very clear leeches all over my body, and I couldn't notice them. There was a woman who came to me who looked at me and said, "You have leeches on you." And I said, "Where?" And so she began, I looked around, I started to scan my body with my hands, and I started to feel these clear, invisible leeches on my skin. And one by one, we together, me and this woman, pulled off these leeches. And so there's been an energetic leech on you for some time now. And these leeches have been invisible. These are invisible energy drains that I've been picking up on. And I saw this woman and you taking off these leeches one by one by one. And then it's like there was a sense of energetic restoration. All of the energy that was being given to these leeches were literally draining you. And I felt like they weren't even called leeches, they were called ticks. And it's like they were giving you it's like they were hindering your nervous system. They were hindering your ability to walk or talk or eat. Like I'm for you right now, I'm feeling like there will be a restoration of the stomach and the gut area and your ability to eat and intake food and feel the nourishment of that food. And not only that, I was looking at this vision, and in the dream, I walked out into the living room, and on the couch there was a woman lying down. And I was just so thankful for this woman to be here. And this woman, she had mentioned Pakistani food, or like certain food from Pakistan. I don't know what food it was, but I feel like Spirit is calling you to go eat foods from other cultures, maybe even Pakistan itself. And there's a sense of sobriety. There's a sense of newness. There's a sense of being able to not only go forward in your life at this point, but go forward with conviction and with sturdy steps that you will not be blown away by the wind of the past, that you will not be blown away by the wind of anything, because you are now standing strong in your own power. And I feel like there's also a sense of being able to, like, relief coming to your gifts, the gift of your visions, the gift of your third eye, the gift of your crown, the gift of your heart, the gift of your throat, especially your throat, and the words that you say to others is being uplifted and renewed and rewarded. You will have more gifts than you've ever had before going forward. You will have more access to Spirit than you've ever had before going forward. And this is your reward. And I feel like you're being rewarded because of the work that you've been putting in. And it hasn't just been work outwardly in the world. It's been work inwardly. You've turned in, you've reclused into your shell, and you've looked in the mirror and addressed the shadow aspects of who you are. And by addressing those shadow aspects, this is why you're being restored. This is why you're being rewarded and renewed in your sense of purpose. And I do feel like a sense of purpose, a newfound sense of purpose. Not an old purpose restored, but a new sense of purpose is being given. And the new sense of purpose will be in alignment with these gifts of prophecy, of visions, of healing that you are being given to go and put out into the world. Okay, I feel this for you. And I feel this is happening not just on a level of the self, but I feel like this is happening on a level of the collective. That we are all rising up and being renewed and restored and being able to give our gifts in a newfound way. And there will be many, many, many that will rise up. And I'm seeing groups and crowds. I'm seeing people talking. I'm seeing big venues being filled up by not just you, but by a team. I feel like you're being granted a team, being given people who are also on the same journey as you, who will cultivate this awareness together and bring in a spirit of the Holy Spirit, of fire. I feel this is all happening. And I'm seeing people who are waving. I'm seeing old people. I'm seeing people who are no longer here waving and smiling and bowing and praying and commending you. I'm seeing current people in your life being restored. I'm seeing the demons and the inhibitions on them and the things that they've been preventing themselves from doing. I'm seeing them lose their inhibitions. I'm seeing them be restored. And it's not just by themselves, it's by your light shining through you. And what father would not want to step back and raise up his children? Just like you are being raised up now. I feel like what father wouldn't want to raise his children up and take a step back? What kind of father would want to take the glory from his child? You are being asked to glorify yourself. You're being asked to shine your own light, to bring all of the glory to you. Because that's what your father, that's what Spirit wants to see. Spirit doesn't want to see you give the glory to Spirit, to your Father. Spirit wants to step back and be in the shadows and be a silent supporter of your journey, so that you may rise and be an expression of that inner God. And I'm seeing the I am presence glowing within you. Like it just started to spark itself up again. Or not even again. I feel like this is a newfound spirit within you. This is more permanent than it's ever been. This will not be taken away from you, and it cannot be taken away from you. And there are reasons for that, because you are harnessing the power of the universe now, rather than just harnessing your own power to uplift yourself. You're now harnessing the power of everything, of all of it, of the great way to lift yourself up, to shine that light, to put it on a stand in front of the world. I feel that this is coming for you. Okay? And the rewards are great. The merits are great. The resources, the things that you've been asking for are all coming to you. And I'm feeling like it's not just going to be a single flower. It's not just going to be a single wish that you've been granted. I feel like what you can see now is limited to the expression that you will become. Like, I feel like it's better than you can imagine it is. Like, you got your nose in it right now. You're very in it. It's like you're right in there. And because you're so in it, because you're like doing the thing and you can't see how big you're gonna get. You can't see how much Spirit is gonna lift you up. And Spirit may have already lifted you up. You may be on some sort of high place, but there is a higher place that you're being risen to. And I feel like it is much higher than you can even imagine. It's much greater than you can even think of or conceive of at this time. And there will be visions coming. There will be prophecy coming to you. And to share this, to cultivate that prophecy is what you're being asked to do, because there are so many rewards waiting for you. Okay? This is what I see for you. And I feel like those parasites from earlier, I feel like those are relationships. Those are connections to substances. Those are things that in the past you've been unwilling to let go of, but now it almost seems like there's a newfound willingness. There's a trust. There's a surrender of these things. And as you surrender them, as you pluck each leech off of you, there will be more and more and more energy for you to access and use. And I feel like this energy is not even coming from food. It's not coming from water. It's not coming from reading. It's not coming from any sort of consumption. It's coming from the release of consumption. It's coming from the freedom that you have now within yourself. And I feel like I'm being called to tell you to write. Write this down. Write down your journey. Because you have a testimony. You have things to say to other people. And along the journey, whether it's to a crowd of people or whether it's to your children and your future family or your current children, there are stories for them. There are stories that people will want to hear out of your mouth. And so it is so important that you keep a track, you keep a journal, you keep a record of everything that is happening right now, because this is the journey. And as you step forward in these firm foundational steps that are not going to be blown back, this is the story that writes your life. This is the becoming that you are. Newfound life. Okay, and there's 11:11 as I say that. I mean, there's so many supporters in the spiritual realm that want to help you. There's so many. I feel like it's not just them though. It's these people that are waving. It's these ancestors. It's these passed on loved ones who are just supporting you and loving you and giving you that unconditional love so that you may feel togetherness even when you're alone, even when you're isolated. And I'm really gonna say right now that isolation is being condemned. It's being taken away from you. It's being restored. There's a community that's being restored, not only inside of your world, but inside of your own heart. And the isolation and the betrayal that you felt from the past is being renewed. The parts of your heart that you felt like were lost, that you felt like had holes in them because of the swords that were stabbed into those parts, those swords are being taken out of that stony heart. And you, like King Arthur, are being given authority, position in the real world. And King Arthur, he was a peasant boy who pulled the sword from the stone, and they were confused. They didn't realize that this peasant boy was going to be able to pull this sword from the stone, and they made him king. And so just like how you've been a peasant boy in your life, or a peasant girl, or a peasant woman, and you've had to go through the trials and the tribulations and the betrayal and the heartbreak and the poverty, you're being given a sword, access to a sword right now. And that sword is a blue sword. It's the sword of Archangel Michael. It's the sword of truth. And so your words will be true and your convictions will be strong. And you are being given a knight after night after night who will surround your round table. And these people are going to be your equals, equally yoked as you. You'll have Lancelot, who's a fanatical expert in a certain skill. You'll have Merlin, who is your supporter, who is the person who's going to give you advice and advise you, your wise counsel, but also the court magician, who will bestow upon you the magic of spirit. Okay? And you will have more and more people coming to you who not just will aid you, but you will aid them in your leadership, because you are a leader. I'm speaking to leaders right now. I'm speaking to the ones who will serve the world from the humility of leadership. And what that means is the water goes to the lowest point. Water finds its level. And you are like water. You will go to the lowest point. And because you go to the lowest point, you're able to lift everyone up. A rising tide raises all ships, and you are that rising tide. And here you are. And the rewards are great. And the merits are great. And everything is great because you've given it up to spirit. But not just in a humble way, not just in a selfless way, but in a self-enlightening way, in a way that lifts yourself up to give honor to the Father, to the Spirit, to the universe. Because the universe doesn't want to lift itself up. It doesn't want its children to give the glory to it. It wants to glorify its children through you. You are the child of the universe. And as a father, the Father wants to lift up others, not itself. And so lift yourself up, and don't be too selfless with it. You're a shining light. You weren't meant to be hidden behind a doorway, or hidden behind a barricade, or hidden behind anything. You were meant to shine. You were meant to be put on a stand in front of the whole world, in your glory, in your passion, in your power. And so with that, you are being renewed, you are being restored, you are being rewarded. And so allow it in. Get into that receiving mode. Get yourself to that point where you're okay with shining your light. And that's what's happening right now. So allow that stuff to come out and speak that truth and just let it happen. Let it come out of you. Let it be free flowing. Okay? 1555 as I say that. Spirit is coming. Spirit's already come. Okay? I love you. That's going to be it for the reading for today. Okay. So we talked about book club. We talked about a community. We talked about a lot of things in an earlier video of mine. And I just want to restate what I said in that video. So I'm starting a Skool community where we will be focused on breath work, meditation, esoteric knowledge, and the path of prophecy, the path of spiritual awakening, the path of raising the kundalini up the spine, raising up that cerebral spinal fluid so that we can have better access to our gifts. And this is going to be a community of accountability so that we can stay on the path. And I'm going to be leading that community on Skool.com. And I'll put that community link in the description below. And it's first come, first serve, but everyone who signs up for that community will get a 30-minute call with me where we can talk about and channel spirit and talk about goals and go into that in depth. But we will also be having accountability meetings every week. We'll be having group meditations every week. We'll be having random question and answer lives throughout the month. I will be putting my guided meditations weekly, and all of the things that I really going in depth, teaching about the cards and teaching about receiving from spirit and channeling. This is what I'm going to be putting on this community. But it's mainly a community of accountability and moving forward in shining our light. Okay, and there will be a book club associated with this community where we will meet once a month. Okay, we will finish a book every month, and then at the end of the month, we will bring together all of our notes. The book club meeting will be about either 1 to 2 hours. It's probably going to be a pretty long time, and depending on how many people we get together, we will break up into separate groups, and we will have, we'll have discussions about that book. And so that is what my plan is. If you would like to join that community, do so down below. It's going to be, I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be a wild ride. And I think that we're going to have a great time. Now, with that being said, there will be more things that I add to that besides guided meditations, more deeper dives into esoteric knowledge and stuff like that. But for now, it is a community of goal setting, breath work, meditation, and just accountability and meditation. That's really what it is. Every week we'll go into what breathwork exercise we're going to work on. We're going to get some partners together. And there will be courses and stuff later. And I keep on saying that, but I'm excited. So if you want to join it up. For the 30-minute calls that I'll be doing with people, it's first come, first serve. So I'll have a scheduling link on there. And the time slots available will be available to those who come first, and then you might have to schedule it out if you come a little bit later. Okay. Thank you and namaste. I love you guys. Bye-bye.